the administrator here at Wesley the information on how to connect with what I'm doing. So I thought for a while about what I might want to tell you today, and I came up with this. 11 years ago when I moved to Wesley, every time I move, I take a key verse with me, and I keep it posted where I can see it from my entire ministry at that church. When I came to Wesley, it was Romans 12, which says, do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind so that you can know the will of God and approve what is perfect. And so I kept that. I just packed it up into my briefcase yesterday, and it's all tattered and torn. And here's what I've learned about that. The verb in Romans 12, transform, be transformed. It's a passive continual verb, which means that it's something that's done to me over and over again. It takes a long time. I had wished perhaps that transformation could be an act of the will. It doesn't seem like that's the case. I had wished perhaps that transformation could be come to a conclusion, so I didn't have to go through what I knew I had to go through in order to be changed. It seems that's not the case either. It seems to me that God intends to work on me the rest of my life, and his intention is to make me perfect. Well, I've come a long way, but I'm nowhere near where I should be. The last lesson that I've learned here at Wesley is what I shared Sunday, and that is that sorrow is fertile soil for humility. And I believe that's true. I think that's true of all of us. And as I went back through and I reread the whole New Testament, focusing on the concept of humility. And you know, Jesus talks about it a lot. The first shall be last. He washes their feet. No one can serve two masters. On and on and on it goes. And his biggest hurdles that he faces, the people who give him the biggest trouble, are the people who are the most proud, perhaps because of their position, perhaps because of their education, perhaps because they've been put in a position of power. And with that position comes a transformation in their lives where it's very difficult for humility to take root. So here's what I'm becoming. I know that I am much more kind today than I was 13 years ago and 11 years ago. I know I'm much more compassionate, more generous and forgiving. I think I'm a little more like Jesus, and I'm thankful for that. But it came at a cost. There was a price that had to be paid for that to happen. And I think that's the way that spiritual growth takes place. There's always a price that has to be paid. And the good thing about Romans 12 is the transformation begins passively. God is at work in me. Whether I realize it or not, and whether I'm cooperating or not, he's at work in me. His spirit is trying to transform me. And then as I begin to do the will of God, as I choose to be humble and obedient, then it escalates. It starts going faster. There's more strength to it. And that's what I wanted to share with you is don't give up on yourself. You're headed somewhere, and God is right. He's actually ahead of you. He's ahead of you, pulling you into the future. He's transforming you before you even know you need to be transformed. And that's a really good word. So it's been my pleasure, and I hope and I pray that you join me again when I get to First UMC Homosassa, and I start up another Tuesday morning devotional. We'll share with you how to get that done. And in the meanwhile, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Y'all have a great, great day.